Dictionary.com says that a job is anything a person is expected or obliged to do. It's a duty, a responsibility. On the other hand, a vocation is a particular occupation, business, or profession. It's a calling. That's right, a calling. A synonym of calling is mission. What is your mission? Think about it. Who are you? Are you a developer? Are you an IT professional? Are you a consultant? Or maybe an ISV? Or perhaps a hosting provider? Maybe you're an end user. No matter what you do, at the end of the day, SharePoint helps you help people. Helping people, now that's a mission. Here are a few people who answered the questions, why do you love SharePoint, and who benefits from what you do? Have a listen.
Hi, my name is Asif Rahmani. I'm a consultant and also a principal contributor at SharePointVideos.com, where we have hundreds of tutorials, video tutorials on all things SharePoint for end users, administrators, developers, everybody.
Hello, SharePoint Saturday St. Louis. Hi, my name is Becky Esterman and I work for Planet Technologies based in Germantown, Maryland, and I live in New York City.
Hi, my name is Jill Kunkel and I work for Idera Software.
I'm Ben Ayers. I'm Director of Information Technology at the Brown School here at Washington University.
My name is Danny Jesse. I'm a SharePoint developer.
I'm David Peterson, and I'm the SharePoint administrator at Trek Bicycles in Waterloo, Wisconsin. I'm the SharePoint administrator, the one and only, so I do a little bit of everything.
I am an IT consultant. I specialize in Microsoft SharePoint, more specifically in the administration and architecture of the platform.
I do in-person training and webcast training through Critical Path Training.
I am a SharePoint consultant, developer, and a trainer. I build solutions in SharePoint and occasionally I do some training. I've done stuff from Lotus Notes migrations to SharePoint, to building SharePoint designer workflows, to info path forms, to web parts, to event receivers, all that cool stuff and jazz.
We use SharePoint for a lot of different things. We have a public-facing website, intranet, collaboration sites, extranet, starting document management, electronic document management with SharePoint.
SharePoint is great. It does so many things from collaborating to document management to really becoming a portal for your whole company. And I just really support SharePoint and I think you're going to learn a lot of great things today.
What I love about SharePoint is the opportunity that it provides. So what I mean by that is, for many, many years, the way it worked is developers are the ones who make the website, make the intranet, let's say, and then everybody else, the end users, so to say, are the ones who use the information on the intranet or the web pages, right? But that's not the case anymore. The information that's out there through SharePoint is something that's being created by the business users. It is in the hands of the users to create and use the information and also the solutions on top of SharePoint. And that's what really excites me.
So my clients are pretty much federal government clients. I can't really say, specifically who they are, but it's various agencies within the federal government. And one of the great things that actually helps out with federal clients in 2010 is sandbox solutions. That's one of the biggest things that they added in 2010 because we can actually deploy them only to the site collection. It's a lot harder actually to get approval, and it's usually like a 6-month process at best, maybe a couple-year process, depending, on the client, basically. So sandbox solutions actually help us, get past that process because it doesn't actually touch the farm, which is great. The downside though is, it's just touching the site collection, but it's pretty awesome. And the other thing I really like about SharePoint is a community. I love running events, going to events. Unfortunately, I couldn't make this event. So hopefully you guys are having a lot of fun, and I hope that you have a nice day at SharePoint Saturday St. Louis. Thanks.
I really like about SharePoint is that I can really empower my end users to do what they need to do and get out of the way and let them have their control over their SharePoint sites, the content in it, and I can just support the infrastructure and develop the tools that they need to be successful.
So 2 things. First thing is that I think ultimately SharePoint makes work easier. And I realize that most people need to work and don't want to work. So I think that anything that can make the hours of the things you do between the hours of 8 and 5 easier is great. The second thing is the community. I think this is where SharePoint really shines. So you've got this whole huge organic being out there that is full of knowledge that's extremely accessible and unassuming and helpful, and it's a fantastic resource. So whether you're just getting into the platform or you've been there a while, there's always a whole group of people that are smarter than you out there that are willing to help you out in times of need.
And what I love most about SharePoint is the set of building blocks it provides developers to allow them to put together enterprise-level applications without having to focus on things such as user and permissions management, search, things of that nature. What I also love about SharePoint is the great community of developers, IT pros, and end users who come together at events such as this to share their knowledge with one another and really make us all better at what we do.
I like learning new things every day. I like helping people. I love, we do a lot of BI stuff at Trek, so it's nice to see how all the BI stuff works, making that work. It's a little bit of IT magic.
I've been working with SharePoint for probably about 10 years now, and I'm really excited that Idera Software has products that really help the SharePoint administrator make their jobs a lot easier. We give you back a lot of your free time so you can spend it with your family by helping you manage the environment, the infrastructure, in terms of performance, availability, permissions, anything that you need to really ensure that your environment is up and running and to its best capabilities. We're going to help you out with that.
And the people here, we're doing everything from our marketing people managing our public-facing site to researchers collaborating around the world using SharePoint as document repositories and to manage projects and things like that. So SharePoint's proven to be a really powerful tool, and we look forward to continued use of it. Thanks.
As an IT consultant, obviously our clients are our customers, and without customers we wouldn't be in business, so that makes sense. But I think in a small part that others in the community are my clients as well. If I solve a particular problem at work that maybe hasn't been seen before or hasn't had a whole lot of exposure, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, how could I get this information out there so other people could benefit from it as well? So in that regard, I think that customers can be the people you deal with on a day-to-day basis that pay your bills, but they can also be the consumers of your content, of anything that you may create.
At the end of the day, at least at Trek Bicycles, it helps just about everybody. Our intranet's on SharePoint. A lot of our doc management is moving to SharePoint. We'll be there completely by the end of the year. And we're going to SQL 2012, so all our BI stuff will be front-ended by SharePoint. So pretty much everybody's going to be helped by SharePoint. It's pretty gratifying.
In my job, I mainly serve the business users and the developers as my clients. My main mission is really to help them understand and empower them with what's possible in SharePoint, and then showing them how to do it. Training, consulting, guiding is what I do. So, for example, one of the things that I have said for many, many years is you do not need code. You do not need programming in all different variety of scenarios. Yes, it does definitely have a place, but it doesn't have to be the code way for everything. There are many no-code opportunities in SharePoint, and we should definitely avail of that to understand what's possible before we move forward with code. So that's been one of my main goals. That's how I serve my clients. And this type of empowerment that I provide, it really helps me. It really satisfies and helps me feel that I'm making a difference.
I currently consult for the Department of Defense, so obviously there's a tremendous amount of value to be realized in delivering quick capability on a quick turnaround to our men and women serving overseas.